No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, my name is Jada. I am 23 years old. I am from the amazing state of Michigan, Midwest baby. I'm a graduate of Central Michigan University, where I studied sport management with a minor in athletic coaching. I am currently unemployed. If you have any questions as to why, you can ask Hannah. Well, honestly, you can just listen to this podcast, and I'm sure you'll find out. Because do you hear me on this microphone right now? Anyway. I would like to introduce you to my wonderful, spectacular co-host, Anyway.
I am Hannah. I am also from the beautiful Midwest, straight out of Michigan. I am currently not there right now because I have been living in Washington for the last year and couple months. And I guess I plan to stay here until about next August to see where this world takes me. But we'll see.
Going home
come home. I'm excited about that. I am also a graduate from Central Michigan University with a major in sports management and a minor in journalism. Sometimes I wish I did marketing, but it's okay. We're playing around. I'm also 23, almost 24, 20 more days until I'm 24. And now I'm just chilling while my cat licks his face really close to me.
Yeah, I had to lock my cat out of the room. Okay, I should really stop speaking with the microphone this close to my face. Anyway, so today we are going to talk to you about some crazy, crazy news. This is honestly really not crazy news. This is old news because they have reversed this decision, which thank God, because honestly, I think America has a problem. As Beyonce once said. I do not understand what this obsession in America is with gay people. Leave us alone. What have we done to you? Absolutely nothing. We just want to live our lives in peace. But for some reason, these crazy, crazy people have it convinced that we are trying to, condition your children into being some heathens and murder everyone in the world. But, realistically, let's be real. Gay people don't give a fuck. We don't want your kids. You can have them. So it's what do you think? Why? Of all of the things, I mean, I guess there have been a lot of political issues that have been filtered through the sport lens, and I think that a lot of people have a lot of very strong, varying opinions about it. But what do you do you think that there was a logical reason behind the madness, or do you think that they just simply thought that by banning it that they would fix the issue,
Yeah, no, I don't really think that it was logical on their part because, I don't know, reversing the ban and everything or whatever it even was it really a ban? I don't know. But
well, yeah, what that's my thing is what was the point if immediately it wasn't even a thing of we have a couple players who have done it. It was the first player who wore pride tape. They were actually yeah, you can do whatever you want. Never mind.
Yeah. No, I don't know. At first it was fine because having promotional nights throughout sports has been so normalized, especially because there's so many different ones. I mean, there aside from Pride, we have cancer nights, there is military nights, Black Lives Matter nights. There's a bunch of different nights. So I don't understand why banning and making such a big deal with the Pride one is just blown out of proportion.
No, yeah. And also, I mean, I guess technically speaking, they banned all promotional jerseys. So they can't do military, they can't do Asian Pacific Islander, they can't do Black History Month, which is crazy to me. Because it's so many people. It's so many people come out to these events specifically for the specialty jerseys. It's I'm sorry, but it's if I'm a casual watcher of the sport, I'm gonna go to the events where I think I'm gonna see someone representing a cause or a belief that I have. It doesn't make sense to eliminate one of the predominant marketing factors or marketing tactics that you have as a team, because it's who wants to show up. I mean, like, I
Right.
guess there are some of those. There are some fans who are like, yeah, I'd love to just sit and watch them play in the regular like homes and aways, their whites and their darks and whatever. But it's like there are those young fans, the new fans, new audiences that they're trying to tap into that aren't
Mhm.
into just like casual. Like they want to see something special. They want to go and they want to watch people wearing something cool, representing art that demonstrates their local community, yada yada yada. Like,
Right. And especially since like promotional nights have been going on since the beginning of time. So, and also it's like these people that are going to these games are mad about seeing those promotions when how do you not see it if all they do is post about them, like they make the
exactly.
news, and it just doesn't make
Well,
sense
and
because
it's also like just get a life. If you don't want to see it, oh, maybe don't go.
yeah,
Maybe thought, don't go.
because
Nobody's like holding you at gunpoint, being like, you have to go to this fucking night where they're celebrating gay people. You have to be there. We're gonna kill you if you don't show up. We're gonna burn your house down. We're gonna like throw you in prison. You're gonna be in jail for the rest of your life if you don't show up to this hockey game.
exactly.
No
And
one fucking cares.
they post on their
It's like if you don't want to
schedules.
go, don't go.
No, and if you really are concerned, if you end up going to that, they post on their schedules when those nights are, like the college nights. Like I know
They
from
post them months
experience,
in advance too.
exactly. I went to the
So
Central Michigan University, like the college night at, in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena, because we got emails about it at school and
exactly.
we
And
sell
it's like you
flyers
love your alma
everywhere.
mater.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you love your alma mater. You want to like go hang out with people who went to the same school as you, whatever, network
And
with
you want to
people,
rep.
whatever it may be. But it's like, why do we have to alienate an entire group of people just because? What
Other
was it? It was like
people.
I want to say it was like 5 players or something like that, and then 2 teams. So the
Yeah.
Blackhawks decided not to because they were like, oh, like we have people from Russia on our team, which is like every team has someone from Russia on their team. Come up with a better excuse. And then the other one was
The
I don't
Rangers.
even know. Oh, I can't. Yeah. Oh, the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, New York City. What's going on over there, Chief?
No,
Something is
exactly.
not adding up. What are you? You're telling me that in New York City, the melting pot of America.
And one of the most
No,
diverse states.
we don't support that here. We don't support that.
Yeah.
Yes, the fuck you do. Even if you don't think you do.
No,
Hello?
exactly.
It's just like it's just absurd. It's immediately absurd to me. I cannot wrap my head around it because it's like I guess maybe I could understand if we were talking about like the NFL or something. Because let's be real, the NFL is not known for being progressive.
No.
But even the NFL, I want to say actually no. Let me roll that back because actually when I talked about this in my article, I did mention the NHL and the NFL or yeah, the NFL and the NHL were the only 2 teams or leagues that didn't participate in like the annual tradition of like changing your logo over to being a rainbow.
Yeah.
And I vividly remember when it happened that like nobody was really talking about it that much, or at least nobody that I like really noticed was talking about it that much. And I was like, is this not like at least mildly concerning to you guys, like that these mega corporations are just like completely disregarding the fact that it's Pride Month and it's like it's 30 days. You can't have
I
a fucking
know.
rainbow for 30 days. And like that's so embarrassing. Like
Right.
better.
And last time
Better.
I checked, when it's posted, the logos, I don't know about you guys, but when you guys have a profile picture, it is this small. I
Literally.
mean,
And it's like,
it's
okay,
not that deep.
I guess you can argue that like you can't really argue because it's just like it's pointless. Like to me, it's just like if you've done it for so long, what are you gaining by walking back on? Like this, it just doesn't make sense to me. But whatever.
They're bringing it back, so let's hope it
Yeah.
stays like that and they don't keep like changing their
Yeah.
minds and everything. And
Oh.
yeah, it might be people that are happy about them changing their minds if they decide to again, but it's like Jada said. I mean, it's 1 month out of the year, and by the way, guys, hate to break it to you, it's literally 2023. Come on.
Yeah. And it's also like, I hate to break it to you guys, the likelihood that there is not a single player in the NHL that is gay. Sorry, not realistic. Someone is. And I mean, like, aside from the Nashville Predators prospect,
yeah.
someone else is gay. All right.
Hi, I'm
All right,
Travis
back
Kelce.
for the break. I'm Taylor Swift, and this is Disney Channel. Yeah, where's the little...
Our wands. That's funny.
Oh, anyway, all right, let's talk about what do you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Should we talk about that game yesterday?
Yeah, the fucking horror that I witnessed. All right, so I assume that most people, if anybody who's watching this, has at least watched or heard something about the Bears' horrendous season and how the Panthers are doing not so much better than them. Like, let's be real.
1-8.
Yeah. So we watched the Thursday night football game last night. That was some of the greatest football I've ever watched in my entire life. Like, I have never in my life been so enthralled by a football game. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to watch no one score? Who doesn't want to watch one touchdown?
The Panthers being 1-8. I don't know, though.
Yeah,
I guess we can't talk too much shit because the Lions have been 1-8 for the last 60 years. So
yeah, but okay, we're on our comeback tour. We have Jared Goff. We have Amon St. Brown, Amon Ra. You know, we just have to have faith. Have faith. The Super Bowl is ours. We are headed.
Hell yeah.
We are projected. We are on the trajectory for a Lions 2024 Super Bowl,
which would be absolutely spectacular.
I don't even want to think about what would happen if the Detroit Lions won the Super Bowl.
Everybody would jump in the river, according to AI.
I would watch the state of Michigan burn to the ground. That's what would
kidding. Happen. But I don't know if you saw that on TikTok. They
did
the different winners of the Super Bowls, how it would look, and it was a bunch of Detroit Lions fans in the Detroit River brawling, and it was funny.
Real. I mean,
I feel like it would happen.
If you need to go in the river, I feel like winning the Super Bowl is definitely a good one. But what else is going on in the sport and entertainment world?
The Red Wings lost.
The Red Wings did lose. That was very embarrassing. Oh my god, the Pistons game just started.
Did it?
Let's see.
What's their record right now?
Nobody just heard me say they're playing the Pelicans. They're playing the Philadelphia 76ers. That was so embarrassing. Wow. And you know what's even crazier is I'll show you my phone.
The Pelicans.
It's not like this says the Pelicans. It very much says the 76ers. I just can't read.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we have some predictions for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery for fantasy. If anybody wants some updates for their fantasy league, but I honestly could not give less of a shit.
Nah.
Wait a second. Oh, okay. I was why am I reading updates about the Panthers? But this was from last night. I just never cleared my notifications. Anyway, did you see that Jim Harbaugh got suspended?
Yeah, I saw that that as soon as I went on Twitter yesterday.
No, yeah. I was I just got all of the athletic articles about it, and they're all this is tainted. This season, the Wolverines shouldn't worry about their tainted season. Dude, you literally have a conspiracy theorist on your whole you're on your team. This man was literally paying people to go and watch other teams that that either they or their opponents were going to be playing in upcoming weeks. That's insane. And then did you hear about how he had this document called the Michigan Manifesto?
No.
The manifesto. Emphasis on the word manifesto. Those never turn out well. I can't tell you a single person. it was his plan on how he was going to take over the University of Michigan's football program and how they were going to perform, who they were going to recruit over the next, like, I think 12 years or something. I think it went into like the 2030s or something like that. Like, it was some like crazy shit. Like, I don't really understand. But then again, it's U of M, so like
I was gonna say, being a Michigan State fan, I don't like the Wolverines to begin with.
Yeah, it was like,
so
I'm not really like, I mean, if not that Michigan State can really talk either, because they have their football program is a fucking nightmare too.
yeah,
Not only do
they're
they
not.
suck, but their fucking coach is a predator.
Yeah, he was booted out of there pretty quickly too.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, they definitely had it out for him, because I don't think that they wanted a black guy coaching. And not to play out the race card, not to be that person, but if you've ever been to Michigan State, that's all I have to say.
Welcome to 2023.
Dude, I know, it feels like we're in the 1800s. Jesus.
Yeah, and then all those colonial people seeing all this shit us 2,000 people do and go into a coma.
Dude, they literally, like, I think they'd have a stroke. Honestly, though, they were wilding out back then. They did hard drugs, and they were not illegal.
That's probably why they only lasted, you know, they probably all died
lived,
at like age 30.
Some of them lived. I was like, they lived long lives. It was just the babies. They just couldn't keep their kids alive. That was the real issue, is that everyone's babies died. Like, that, like, sorry, don't mean to be all history nerd on you right now, but the reason that the average age of the American person prior to like modern medicine was so horrendous is because people were like feeding their kids like unpasteurized cow's milk and like giving them water that had sewage in it, and then they were like they had lead in everything, and then they were like, I just don't understand why my baby isn't living. I just don't get it. Why is my baby not living past 18 months? Maybe because you're fucking poisoning them, Linda. I don't know. Don't give them a fucking lead glass bottle and then fill it with fucking poisoned milk and let the milk sit out all day and then feed it to your baby. Maybe your baby will live to be 5 fucking years old, girl, if you don't fucking poison them before they get the chance to even fucking develop an immune system. Like, imagine vaccines don't exist and your mom is like, here, drink some polio milk. You want some polio milk? You want to be paralyzed for the rest of your fucking life, Susie? Come on, Susie, drink your milk. Drink your milk. Come suckle from the cow's teat. Come suckle from their teat, man. You got to get your calcium in. You want your vitamin D and your calcium. You got to suckle from their teat and be poisoned as a 3-year-old child.
Maybe we should make this a history.
All right, hey guys.
I know we're both history nerds.
We're segueing away from the sports, and we're going to talk about. Let's go in sports throughout the decades. Yeah, women weren't allowed to participate in sport until about 2010. There's no recorded history of women ever participating in any type of athletic prior to the last decade.
Which is so fucking crazy.
Like, isn't that so nuts? Like, I mean, aside from like maybe the Olympics, I think like the Olympics, but like, and I guess there were like short stints of like the WNBA. There were short. Like the WNBA existed and then it didn't exist and then now it does exist again, and then same with like professional women's hockey.
That's true though. I remember I don't know, I think it was one of my classes. I took a history class like up at school, and I actually wrote a paper on like when women were allowed to start like participating in life in general.
No, yeah. I mean, fuck, you couldn't even have a credit card until like the 80s.
No.
Or a bank account. I mean, credit didn't exist. Yeah, I was like, credit didn't exist till the 80s. But women couldn't have a bank account until, like, unless their father or their husband signed, like, some male relative of theirs signed off on it. You literally couldn't have your own credit card or your own bank account. Why do I keep, what is with me in this credit card thing? Banks, you couldn't have a bank account if you were a woman. Like, I could go ask my mom, special guest star Susan, I'm calling her right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to age you right there, Mom. But women could not have a bank account, and like that's so insane to me because it's like now we have this argument of like, what do you bring to the table, bitch? The table's only been available to me for the last 30 years, and I'm 23. So I was about -7 years old when the table was starting to be built. So how about we start there? Let's start there. What do you bring to the table, sir? Sorry.
That bacon.
Yeah, but do they really though? I don't think
Bringing
so.
that bacon.
Are these men bringing the bacon? Are they bringing the bacon, or are they just bringing misery and pain?
They're bringing burnt bacon.
No hate. I love my boyfriend. I love my boyfriend a lot. I'm not talking
Same.
about him specifically. I'm talking about every other man
Other
that has ever
people.
existed. Yeah. My boyfriend's a good one. Hannah's boyfriend's a good one too.
He's a good guy.
But yeah, this has literally. What the fuck are we even talking about?
Mystery. This is so funny. I guess this could also be like a trial
But I mean, yeah,
of
like
what.
realistically though, like I don't think we're always gonna stay on topic. Like, we're gonna go on so many tangents, and I hope you guys are willing to come along on the ride, because it's like we're not even really talking to anyone. We're just talking to each other. I apologize to our
This is just what we do.
loyal listeners. We apologize for interrupting your daily sports updates with our boring news and history tangents. But don't worry.
But
we got your news for you.
People think we're funny. We got complimented.
Absolutely.
With Bean. Sorry.
Us standing in line.
Yeah, we were
so funny. I was listening to you.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about some bullshit.
I feel like
we were talking about porta potties and how we don't like sitting on the seats.
Yes. We were talking about how I think I said like I'd rather like off myself than like use a public porta potty. And and because I was talking about in Vegas. I was talking about in Vegas with me and Dominic when we went to fucking Life is Beautiful. And I was saying, why am I like caressing this microphone? Yeah, baby. I was saying how when I went to the porta potties, I mean their porta potty setup was actually not that bad. It was the fact there were so many drunk people. They were pissing everywhere, all over the seats. There was pee on the seats, on the ground, on like the urinal, like on the section of the like the wall next to the urinal. There was pee there too. I sat in someone's pee, and then I literally just put hand sanitizer. I literally squirted my hand sanitizer in my hand and rubbed it on my ass. Because I was like, yeah, that's there's no fucking like you want me to walk around with some other person's stale piss on my ass all night? This was like 7 o'clock. Like we were gonna be there for another like 5 fucking hours, and I was like, that is so fucking foul. Like, wow.
I'm always a squatter. I can't.
Dude,
I don't think I've ever.
And that was the thing. I'm a squatter too, but I was wearing this like little fucking slut outfit, and like it was either I squatted and I dangled my outfit like between my like I would have had to take my whole outfit off and like the bottoms of it and like hold it up here, or I like held it like in between my legs while it was still connected to my knees, and then just peed and like tried to not fall. And so like I was holding on to like it was crazy. Okay, let me put my mic down. I was like this. I had one hand up on like that little like stability bar, and the other hand was like holding my like the bottom half of my outfit, and I was like holding myself up as much as I could, but like I was drunk, so like I wasn't that strong, girl, and my butt was wavering. I was quivering above the fucking toilet seat, and I was like, I'm gonna take the piss on the ass, because it's like you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, I agree.
And then that night I got violently ill. And Dominic literally thought he was gonna have to take me to the hospital. I was like throwing up, like it was so bad. Like, but you know what's crazy is in my my stupor of being sick and ill, I didn't throw up anywhere. Like I didn't get it on the carpet. I didn't get it on the bed. I was throwing up like in the bathroom. Like I was such a good like sick person.
That's good.
I don't know how I managed, because dude, you should have been there. It was a sight to see. He literally was scared. Like, I don't think after that you can leave someone, because
I was scared the time that you thought you were dying, and I had to drive you to the hospital up in Mount Pleasant.
No, yeah, but
and
see,
we were
that's the thing. It's like every time I get
bring
sick,
your trash can in my car.
Yeah, I was like, every time I get like throw up sick, I'm like violently ill. It's like it's not like a oh, my stomach kind of hurts and like I'm gonna puke. It's like a and then it's like for hours. Like it's nonstop for hours.
That was bad. I just remember you like called me and you were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, I don't know, I think I was doing some homework and I'm like,
Yeah, I think so too.
whatever. And you're like, I feel like I'm dying. Can you come take me to the hospital? And I was
No,
like,
yeah.
what?
Well, and that's the other thing is like I definitely could not have driven. Like, could you imagine me on the road like that?
No.
Like me, like operating a motor vehicle.
No.
I would have killed someone. Like it would have been either me or someone else, but somebody would have been dead that night.
No, that was bad.
No,
And you ended up just having
ma'am.
strep throat.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said,
Yeah.
but whether or not I believe that,
You just I mean, I know your throat was like a little sore, but I feel like that's not
well,
many.
yeah, that was the thing. It was like I wasn't really like my throat was sore, but I didn't really have like any other symptoms aside from a sore throat. I think I had COVID.
I think you did too.
Like low key, I think I had
But it's
COVID.
weird because like no, maybe was that like right after I had COVID? Or was it before I
It was
had
before.
COVID?
It was before you had COVID. Yeah, it was like it was after COVID had started. But like but they didn't COVID test me, so I must not have had COVID.
I thought they did COVID test you.
Or maybe they did, so I didn't
think
have
they
COVID.
did, and I'm pretty sure you came back negative.
Yeah, so maybe I didn't have COVID. I just had something. I probably
You
had
had
fucking
something.
mono. I probably had fucking
Oh,
the
fuck.
plague, the bubonic plague, the black plague, black death. That's
No,
what I
literally.
fucking had. I had fucking my skin's falling off. That's like
That was
anyway.
yeah. They could be like
But
our
let's see what's going on right now. Who's playing right now? The Pistons are playing. So let's see what the Pistons are up to. Right? Oh my God, the Pistons are winning.
What's the score?
Wow, 28-21.
Wow.
It's literally the first quarter though, so they have plenty of time to fuck it up, and I'm sure they fucking will. Embarrassing nightmare. What else is on tonight?
Let's see.
NBA games tonight. Oh, the Hornets and the Wizards are on. The Wizards are up 27-22. I'm gonna make my prediction right now. Wait, there's a tournament. There's a tournament happening right now. Wait. What
tourney?
It's the NBA in-season tournament group stage. What is this? NBA tournament. What is this? Tournament? Oh my God. Tournament. In-season tournament 101. All right. Oh, it's brand fucking new. All right. Oh well. The NBA in-season tournament is a new annual competition for all 30 teams and debuted for the 2023-24 season. What in the in-season tournament will consist of 2 stages: group play, knockout rounds. In group play, all teams have been randomly drawn into groups of 5 within their conference based on win-loss records from last year. For the entire month of November, each team will play 4 designated group play games on tournament nights, 1 game against each opponent in its group, with 2 games at home and 2 on the road. 8 teams will advance to the knockout rounds. The team with the best standing in the group play comes in each of the 6 groups and 2 wild cards. The team from each conference with the best record in group play games that finish second in its group. The knockout rounds will be single elimination. I just what is this? Like, what do you mean? Why is there an in-season? Like, I guess okay. Pause. Rewind. I guess I kind of understand because the NWSL does this. So they have like they have like a shield, I think it's called, that they compete for within the season, and then there's also like the championship, obviously, at the end of.
Right. That's interesting. I didn't know much about it, but even though I played basketball for years and years,
Well, no, this is new. I was like, this is
year new?
Yeah, like this is this season. I was like, this is never. Well, that's why I was so confused because I was like,
don't feel that bad.
Yeah, I was like, don't feel bad because I didn't know it existed either. I want to ask people and see if they know this exists.
There's a ton of college games going on right now. I was just looking on the ESPN app.
Oh, you know what we could talk about? We could talk about the Central Western game and why Central. Okay,
man.
Do you want to know
Western's not even as good.
That's the thing. Western is they're so bad. Like I mean, obviously, like I'm a Chip, so like I'm biased against them, but it's like their football team isn't good this year. Our football team, I guess, isn't amazing. Like it's not the best team in the world, but it's like it's like we're better than we used to be, which means we should be beating Western. I think I read somewhere or maybe somebody told me that in the last 9 or 10 meetings, we've only won one time.
Yeah, no,
And
Western
it
like
was literally
always
the year
beats
that you
us.
and me went. It was when we went to
Oh
Kalamazoo
yeah,
and
that
we
was a
drove
couple
all the way
years
over
ago
there
with
with
Grant.
Grant. Yeah, I was like, when we drove all the way over there, that was the last time in like the last 10 times that they played each other. They never won a single game when we were in college aside from that game against
That was
Western.
cold.
Yeah, it
That was
was
a
freezing.
cold
It was
game.
freezing. And Kalamazoo and Mount Pleasant are not fucking close
No,
at all.
that was a rough drive.
And it's like, I want to get drunk. I don't want to be sober at this game, but like I can't drink if I have to drive home, so now I have to be fucking sober in the fucking cold at a football game. Are you kidding?
No,
Do I
that
look like I want to go sit and watch a bunch of sweaty college boys push each other around on a fucking field when it's 35 fucking degrees outside and I
yeah,
can see
they
my breath in the
they
air?
literally lost 28-38,
Yeah,
right?
it was 38-28 Western. Um that should not have happened. That's so embarrassing.
I know
I have no words.
Grant was supposed to go, but he couldn't. But I know he wanted to go. He said, but I was like, I wish I was home for that. I would have wanted
No,
to. You and me
yeah.
would have probably driven out there, or
Was
like
it
gone to see it or
was it
something.
was it at Kalamazoo? It must
Yeah,
have been
they
in
were at
Kalamazoo. Yeah, I
Western.
was like, oh, duh. I went to the game last year. The
Oh
fuck am I
yeah,
talking
you
about?
did go
I
for
was like,
that
yeah, me
game
and
because that
Dominic
was
went to the
home.
game. Yeah, I was like, me and Dominic went last year. I was like, that's like the first picture I ever posted of us on Instagram.
Yeah, I remember
Was
that.
us at the Broncos game.
No, that's yeah, no. I definitely well, I mean, obviously Central was favored to win that game, but when I checked, it was like I don't remember what time I checked it, but I think the game was only like halfway through, and I think we only scored one touchdown at that point, and then Western was already like 10 points ahead of us. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe they'll catch up. And then a couple hours later, I forgot about the game, and then I checked the stats, and I'm like, I'm like, it was a high scoring game, but it wasn't a good
No,
game. But
yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, maybe there was
the
like what,
Chips
70 points
lost.
scored.
Like we said, we're
I just don't
biased.
I don't get it. Like,
I
can
don't.
I have
Well,
one team? Can I have one team? I guess
the
the Lions, but like I want like a team at my alma mater. Like, I mean, I
no, I
guess
get
like
that.
women's basketball.
Yeah, but our freshman. I don't know if you remember this, but our freshman year at CMU, we won one game and it was against
I
Maine because
do.
I remember that because that's the game my whole family came up to tailgate and
Yeah,
we
no, I
barely
remember
won.
that.
It was
Well, no,
that was one.
exactly.
We won one game and then
Exactly.
we
I
got a
was like,
little bit better
I remember that season because I remember everybody was like, "Oh, is Central gonna like lose every game this season?" And then
and they
it was
damn
like
near
a couple
did.
games into the season and they won, and people were like, "Oh, well, are they gonna win again?" No. The answer is
No.
no. Our team is doo doo. It
That was
suck.
like their third game because it was like in September, I remember, because it was nice out still, like it wasn't cold or anything. And we we were all pumped. My whole family was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be awesome." And I'm like, "It was awesome because it was the only game we won that entire
Well,
season."
yeah, exactly. It's like it's hard to
Crazy.
top the only win.
But Michigan's known for. I mean, I was gonna say Michigan's known for not having great teams. The Tigers used to be phenomenal. The Red Wings used to be
Well,
phenomenal.
yeah, like that's the thing is like we actually used to be good, and then
The Pistons used to be.
well, the Pistons got sold to. Oh my! I was literally talking about this last night. The
Were
Pistons
you?
got sold to some old man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use nice words here. They got sold to an old gentleman who was not as invested in the future of the Pistons as I think the ownership group prior to him was. And the only reason that the ownership group prior to him even gave up the team was because he died. Like, it wasn't even like a thing like he was like, oh, I need to sell and get out of here. It was like,
Was he older
he
then?
died. Yeah, he was like an old man. And then his wife or his widow sold the team. And now we're here with the Pistons selling. Oh, let me go check how much their tickets are right now.
$4.
Ticketmaster for the
And front row are 10. No, I'm just kidding.
dude.
But
You're honestly you're probably not that far off. Like, I'm gonna pull
I've
this
been
up.
to
This is
one Pistons game and it was years ago and they won. So I was pretty pumped about
yeah. I was
my
like
only NBA game I've ever been to having the Pistons win.
I've been to one or maybe a handful. I've been to probably like 5, And
Number one.
all right, here we go. Detroit Pistons next Tuesday, the day this episode will be airing. Section 232, row 1, $16. The best seats in the house, like the cheapest, best seats, are VIP, which is the floor. Like this is like you're on the court for $400. Could you imagine like getting tickets on the court, like courtside tickets to like an LA Lakers game for $400?
They wish.
I
Or,
think
like,
you'd have to like pop your pussy
$4,000.
on the corner. You're gonna be selling your body if you want $400 tickets. Like
No kidding.
that
That is so cheap.
that is so bad. And it's
It
like
is so cheap.
we want to sit here and like talk about, oh, the NBA needs to expand. The NBA needs to figure out what the fuck is going on in these markets and figure out why they are allowing these ownership groups and these management groups to draft the most atrocious teams humanly possible.
No, exactly.
And then they're allowed to keep their fucking job. Why is Monty Williams our coach? Why are we happy with the results that we've been seeing on the court for the last 5 fucking years? And I mean, yes, Monty has not been our coach for the last 5 years. I'm well with that. I don't need anybody in the comments being like, oh, you don't even know who the coach of the Pistons was for the last 5 years. Oh my god, she's a fucking idiot. No, I know he was not the coach, okay?
He's only been the coach for...
He's the coach now, girl, and he fucking sucks dick. Why is Killian Hayes starting? He averages 9.5 fucking points a game. He's literally the worst NBA player of all time. Why he's picked so low and he can't score a fucking basket? Why is this kid? Why is his shooting percentage less than 50% if you're in the top 10 draft pick? You're the top 10 and you can't make a fucking basket? Are you kidding?
You can't.
Like, I know I sound like a crazy person right now, but like,
nah, but you're not wrong. He's actually awful.
Why are we paying this kid hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars,
to make one basket a season?
Around on the fucking court like a fucking idiot. Like okay, I'll give it to him. He's like 21. I'll give it to him. He's 21. What the fuck are you doing? You can't start against the worst teams in the league. I mean, I guess you are the worst team in the league, so like whatever. But like, you can't score against anyone.
No.
You these teams that have 2 defensemen, you can't score against them. And then it's like June Ivey. He averages 20 minutes a night. This kid he averages like 15 points. On his team, shoot the fucking ball. Hello?
No, I agree.
Like I'm just saying, this kid, he's not the answer to every single problem. He's not Jesus. He's not the Messiah. But he's better than Killian fucking Hayes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. If Killian Hayes has 1 hater, it's me. If he has 0, I'm dead. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I hate to be that person because, like, I love Detroit sports and I love Detroit athletes. Like, ask anybody. Yeah. I don't hate on anyone. I hate Killian Hayes because what the fuck? And honestly, I can't even blame the whole thing on him. It's the coach. No. It's coaching. It's coaching. Why does Monty Williams still have a job? He got fired for a reason from his last job. We don't need that. We already have 5 other fucking teams. Every team in Michigan fucking sucks. We don't need the Pistons to suck too.
Except this year, hopefully.
Okay, we got the Lions for like a season and maybe a season and a half because they had half of last season too. But it's like it makes me want to scream. Like I feel like I'm like screaming into the microphone right now. But like I need you guys to know how much I hate Killian Hayes. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about something. I don't need the Detroit Pistons whole entire like front office like coming in my DM to be like,
no, literally,
this kid I've ever met. He's so nice. He's such an angel. Like,
maybe
why would
he
you?
Is nice, but he's ass at basketball.
So bad? It's like it's like he could be the nicest person on the planet. You're being paid to play basketball. I hate to break it to you, kid. Maybe go back to college. You might need that degree because
this might not last much longer for you.
I don't think the NBA is going to be your career for the rest of your life. You might get lucky and maybe be like a JUCO coach or something because you played in the NBA. But like,
unless he wants to take steroids, then maybe he can do it. But
you're not coaching in the NBA.
That's frowned upon, so don't do that.
I was like, good luck, Buster.
No
kidding.
Anyway,
let's see. Let's see what's going on. Oh, you know what we should talk about? Let's talk about Isaac and Allison's baby.
Yeah, let's bring
Great.
some happy
Yeah,
news.
let's talk about something that doesn't have to do with me hating someone, because I love the Kuch Rochells.
They're so cute together. I love them.
I'm very happy that she was the first wag that graced my TikTok For You page, because I'm gonna be real, I saw another wag tangent, here we go. I saw another wag the other day. I'm not gonna say what sport she was from, but it wasn't football. I'll say
Mhm.
that much. The content that she posted was the literal most boring thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, so let's talk about Allison and Isaac's baby. I've seen some suggestions, like people saying, like, let me pull up my list again. I think I said like Ruby. I
I
think that was
love
one
the
of the
name
ones, Ruby
Ruby.
Rochelle. I just think Ruby Rochelle sounds so cute.
Yeah,
Or Maggie. I was thinking I'm really digging that E ending, like the EE sound at the end.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going with Maggie or Ruby, and maybe I think I could be convinced that they would come up with like a long form name, and then like Maggie would be like a nickname. So like
Yeah,
maybe like Magnolia or something like that.
that would be
Um
pretty.
or like I wouldn't say Margaret, because I don't think that they would name their kid Margaret.
Margaret.
But I think that they're like, because the thing
I
was
don't
is
like
like
the name
I saw
Margaret.
someone who made like a name prediction video, and I love her stuff. Like I think her name is like M Doodles and stuff or something like that. And she
Cute.
does a lot of like baby name predictions. And she and some people in her comments were saying that they think the baby's name is gonna be Marigold.
That's cute.
I disagree. I mean, I don't think it's an ugly name. I think it's a cute name. Like don't come at me if your name's fucking
No,
Marigold. Like whatever. Like you
it's
can love
cuter
your
than
name and it's
Margaret.
fine. But it's like, as a fellow black person, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Isaac is not naming his daughter Marigold.
That's a good point.
Um, maybe if they're related to somebody named Marigold, okay, I guess. But it's
Like
like,
a
when I think of like the names that like
family
other
name.
yeah, it's like when I think of like the names that like women who are from Michigan, because like that's the thing, Allison's from Michigan. So when you think of
Hmm.
people who are like in their like late 20s, early 30s, so like my brother and his wife, they're not naming their kids these like it's not these like niche weird names. They're naming their kids like after people in their lives. Like I don't really know. Aside from maybe like a handful of millennials that I know, most of them have either named their kid after a significant like family member, or like um public figure or something, like some person who's like really important to them.
Hmm.
Uh, Very rarely have I seen like and I mean, this is just my bubble. Obviously, my bubble is very small. I don't have a lot. I have a decent amount of friends who have kids, but not like, it's not like all of my friends have kids. Like obviously, you and me don't have kids, and like a lot of my other close friends don't have. Um, but like I don't think that like most people like, and especially like maybe this is just me being like, what's the word? Biased, that I just don't think a football player would name their kid Marigold, because it's like I feel like wags tend to like name their kids like either the most like outlandish, crazy ass shit, or their kids' names are like Liam and like Bentley and like Mason.
I
Like
love the
they
name
give them like, I
Liam.
was like, they give them like normal people names. So it's like,
Mhm.
that's why I feel like Ruby is a good pick, because I feel
I
like that
hope she picks Root. Root. I
I want
love.
Ruby. I
I
want Ruby so
love the
bad.
name
I think Ruby
Ruby.
is really, really cute. And I think it also like, you if you want that like old-timey feel of like a retro type name, like a grandma name, Ruby is a good grandma name. And it's a
It
cute name.
is.
Like it's not like a ugly grandma name. Like you're not naming her like fucking Ethel or like Gladys or something. Like her name isn't like, and like, I'm not trying to be a hater to people named Ethel and Gladys either. But like, I'm not naming my baby fucking Gladys in the year 2023. Like, let's be
No,
real. Who's naming their daughter Gladys? No one. No one.
no.
And if you are, you have problems. You have problems.
Just stick with
So,
something cute, simple, and like a little
s-
unique if you would like.
yes, I guess my other option aside from Ruby and Maggie would be maybe like I could see like a birdie, I think they could be a birdie family for sure because like the names that they were giving, I was kind of surprised when I watched their video because they have a
Mhm.
video of like baby girl names that we're not using but that we liked. And like I was kind of surprised by Isaac's list because they were much more they'll be like, "Oh, like I want to name her like Penelope or like Phoebe or like Haley or something like some very like common basic like girl name that like they probably went to school with like 10 people named that. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like to men that shit doesn't matter, but it's like I'm not naming my daughter after a girl you went to high school with. Like that's crazy.
No.
Yes.
To my
But yeah.
back.
Okay, my vote is definitely for Ruby and Maggie. But I will support them in whatever they choose. If they choose Marigold, I will judge them a little bit, but like it's your baby, it's your pussy, so do what you want. Um I'm not tearing my shit open for an NFL player, so
No,
I
literally.
have no say. I have no say.
My vote would be I want Ruby. I like
Yeah,
Maggie,
I just think Ruby is
but
adorable.
I
Like,
that's like on
if
my
they don't
that's on
name
my
their kid,
list.
yeah, it's like if they don't name their kid Ruby, I might fucking name my kid Ruby. Fuck, Ruby Yam, Ruby Yam, Ruby
That's funny.
Yam. I don't think she'd. I don't think I'd be too happy if my name was Ruby Yam.
No.
Ruby Yam, Ruby Yam. I can't wait to see. Actually, I wonder
I
if they're
love
gonna
her
post.
videos.
Do you think they're gonna post their kid online? I feel like no.
I feel like that could go either way. She feels like she's very like she
I
shows
feel like
herself a lot and her husband and talks
I
a
think
lot
she made
about
a
a lot
video.
of different things.
I want to
But
say
I
she made a
also know
video
that
about it, low key.
yeah,
I was like,
I don't know.
I feel like she made a video about it either yesterday or today because I like
I
vaguely
didn't see
remember
it.
seeing it. Yeah, I was like, I like vaguely remember seeing it, and I think she said that they weren't, and that she was saying that she was gonna make her dogs a TikTok account instead. Like she
Hey,
was like,
I
which I mean,
respect
go
that.
off. Like she's a millennial, so that's very fitting. But I think that's a smart choice because I mean we've seen the whole like over the last couple of years like everybody's been like down these mommy vlogger, mommy influencer, parent family vlog channel like they've been down their throats for valid reasons. Like I'm not saying that like they aren't valid reasons because I don't post your kids on the internet. There are weird people on the internet. There are people
Right.
who have your worst interest at heart. Like there's no reason to create a digital footprint for somebody who doesn't even understand the concept of the internet.
Yeah.
Like until they're old enough to be like, I want to post videos on YouTube. Don't
No, right.
post
And
videos
there's
of
a
them.
lot of I feel like it's about 50-50 to be honest. I know I follow celebrities that like post their kids and are okay with it, which is fine, like you do you. And then there's a lot of other celebrities or whatever athletes that
Yeah.
or if they do post, they put like an emoji
Yeah.
in
And
front of
I think
them.
I think the emoji thing, I think that is a very like happy medium. I think if I were to ever like post pictures of my kids on the internet, it would be with emojis because I
Yeah.
mean like obviously I'm not an influencer. I have like no like following. I'm not like I don't have like clout or whatever. But it's like even then like I don't want strangers to have pictures of my kids. Like and like this might like sound like really random and really weird, but like I like it makes me think back to like when I was younger and like I'd be on the internet and like there would be people who would have like role play accounts for like literal children. Like they would be like pretending to be like children and they would just like take random pictures of random people's kids off the internet and they would like pretend to
That's
be
so
like 5 years
weird.
old on like Instagram and like Tumblr and Twitter and it's like if I ever found someone with pictures of my kid and they
That
were
would
role playing on the internet I would find their address and I would hunt them down.
no, literally.
Like
That's
you
so
have to be
weird.
kidding me. Like there's no way that you're going to like pretend to be my kid on the internet and then like get away with like that's just so
Right.
twisted. And
That
it's like
is.
especially for these people who have millions of followers or like even like hundreds of thousands or even tens of thousands. You don't know these people. Like you
No.
don't know the people that are following you. Like and I can almost guarantee that at least a couple hundred of them are pedophiles. Like I'm going to be
Well,
real like
exactly.
that's the
I
content like people who want to look at little kids they're gonna seek out content with little kids in it so if you're posting
right.
pictures of your kid regardless of whether it's innocent rated G photo that doesn't matter like when you
Mhm.
like it's the same thing with like with like the foot fetish thing like when people are like they don't want to post pictures of their toes on the internet because they don't want people like jerking off to pictures of their toes
That's so weird.
It's like, so you can understand the concept of like people will jerk off to your toes, even if it's just like completely like a random picture of you like at the beach with your feet off, with your feet off, with your shoes off, or like
With your
a
toesies
picture of
out.
you like barefoot in your backyard or something. You can understand that like you shouldn't upload pictures of that without knowing, like, and you know that like somebody is probably going to be like looking at those pictures and being like, yum, feet, toes, let me suck them. But
Ugh,
you can't
that's so
wrap your
weird.
head around the fact that like the same thought process is behind people who have a fetish for young children.
Well, it's like on TikTok, you know how like I mean, obviously I follow like cute influencers I like or like whatever and because they have cool families and you know, it's
Yeah.
interesting to
And I
hear
mean,
about
yeah,
it.
you
But
want to follow
then
people you relate to.
but
So,
then you look at all the saved
and it's like
and
thousands
it's
of
like why
people.
are you saving these
Exactly.
videos of like collages of people's families or
Yeah.
like
Or it's like it'll be like get ready with me to like take my kids to the park, and they'll like have a clip of them like putting their kids in clothes or something, and the
and then
video
like
will have
running
like
around at the park.
10,000. Yeah, we'll have like 10,000 favorites. And it's like,
Why?
what
The
about
only
this
things
video?
I favorite on TikTok are food videos.
The only thing I favorite on TikTok, honestly, I'm about to pull up my favorites right now because I have like folders in my favorites. Um,
You can do that?
yeah, you can like label your
Wow.
TikTok
Asking that
favorites.
question made me feel old.
Oh,
Let's see.
I just pulled open our TikTok on accident. My bad. All right. In my favorites, I have. I guess they're called collections, technically, not
I'm gonna go
folders. They're
in now.
collections. So I have funny.
Sorry, it was a
Hello,
Peacock ad.
commercial. I was like, I have Sims. I have one for like Sims challenges. Funny, like these are funny are like TikToks that like made me laugh so hard that like every time I watch them they make me laugh. Like, and I
I
have a
do that
decent amount of
too.
TikToks in there. Like I have
No,
some
so do
books.
I.
There's like stuff I want to read. I have a whole folder just for like social content, like ideas for social content.
I
Um
have a video of
Stuff
Young
about
Gravy.
Vegas. Things to do in the state of Michigan, things that make me happy. Um Poses for Instagram, skincare, travel, astrology stuff, learning Spanish, and things that I want to do with Dominic.
No, that's fair. Mine is, yeah, I mean, mine's just pretty random. I have different food recipes to try. I have a
Yum.
book, new books to read. I have a couple of Young Gravy because I like looking at him. Um,
Okay.
I have funny cat videos. Oh my god, I
Oh,
sound like an old
I have some.
widow.
I have some cat
Speaking
videos
of
on mine too.
cat,
You,
my
I was
cats
like,
are
you do
both
kind of sound
harassing
like
me.
you're old.
No, I literally sound like a crazy cat lady. I mean, whatever. Like, it is what it is. I'm
Okay,
happy and
I'm
I
not
love
gonna
my
lie
cat.
though. I don't always respond to like my TikTok DMs
No, I get that.
because I just like there's too many. Like I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like I have about I have probably like 50 friends, like people that I'm mutuals with on TikTok, and of those 50 people, I actively send TikToks to about 20 of them. If I tried to respond to every single individual TikTok that I was sent, I think I that would be my full-time job. It wouldn't even be watching the videos, it would be replying to them in my DMs because I get so many. It's like people and
That's
I'll
so
like stack
funny.
them up. I'll stack them up so I have like 10, 15 from each person, and then I'll just go through and watch them all. And then like the
I,
other day, dude, like the other
I
day when I was watching your TikToks and I sent you all of them back. I don't know if you
that was
noticed
funny.
that.
Yeah,
I
I
was
did. Because
I literally
I'm like, you sent me 10 back quick. And then I looked and like, oh, I sent her all of these.
yes. Well, the thing was is okay, listen. I thought that I was in Kayla's messages.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was like, okay, Kayla sent me all these, so I'll send them to Hannah because I was like, oh, these are funny. Hannah would think it's funny. And then I get to the end and I like scroll out and I was like, this is Hannah's DMs. I was like, I've been in Hannah's DMs this whole time, and I was like, I should have been sending these shits to Kayla. My bad. And so then
Oh,
I
that's
went through and I
funny.
like deleted all of them from my side, and I was like, my bad, dude.
That was funny. No, I laughed. I was like, because I'm like, damn, she just sent me, because I had
Yeah.
just sent you those, like,
Oh
not
yeah. No,
too
yeah, you
long
had sent me
before.
like all of them. They were like all like pretty like close in a row, probably
Dude,
within
my
like
TikTok
half an
was
hour.
fire.
Yeah, it was like within like half
Fire.
an
It was
hour.
so
You had sent me
funny.
all these TikToks, and I was just scrolling because I think what I had done. I think I meant to click on Kayla's thing, but your guys' messages are always like one right after the other because I send you
Right.
guys a lot of the same like videos and stuff, and so I must have just clicked on your profile without even noticing, and I just scrolled up immediately to the top and clicked on the first video, and then I
That's
just
so
started
funny.
watching, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is so funny! Hannah would love this! Oh my god, this is hilarious!" And then I get to the end, it's like, "Oh, Hannah did think this was funny because she fucking sent it to me, you dumb bitch."
That's so fucking funny, dude. Rachel doesn't go on
Oh,
like
it's too
TikTok.
good.
She doesn't really like respond to any of the ones I send her, and I
Real.
was like, not a big deal. And I sent her so many at one point. She was honest, and she's like, "Hannah, I just stopped watching them, which is fine." There was like 750 TikToks unopened from me, and I was like,
Dude, no, that's how I
"Fuck."
felt. That's how I felt when I was like the crazy TikTok lady, and none of my friends like were actually active on TikTok. Like they had it
I
just to,
wasn't.
like that was the thing. It was like they had it just so that I could send them videos. It wasn't like they were watching TikToks. It was me being like, "Hey, can you download this app so I can stop fucking having to text each one of you individually, so
Yeah,
then
that
I can
was a
just."
pain.
I was like, because that was my thing. I was like, I know none of you want to use the app. Whatever, just download it anyway,
Yeah.
and then I can just send you all the content in one thing, so I'm not blowing up your phone. Like that was the other thing. It was like I would have like 20 TikToks I'd want to send people, but it's like I'm not trying to blow up your phone. You guys have lives. Maybe I don't, but you guys do. So I'm like I'm not gonna like blow up your phone while you're in your fucking lab lecture. Fucking hey, my phone won't stop ringing because my friend keeps sending me TikTok. Can I go step out into the hallway? No,
And watch them all.
bitch. Yeah, can I go watch my friend's TikToks in the hallway really quick? She won't shut the fuck up. And if I don't watch them, she's gonna ask me about them tonight, and I'm not gonna know what she's talking about.
I didn't really, yeah, I didn't have TikTok. My
It was
roommates
the pandemic.
sophomore year
I
of
was like, nobody got TikTok
school
until COVID
did.
happened. It was
Yeah,
COVID.
I didn't get really into it. I would go on it once in a while my sophomore year, and then yeah, once
Yeah, the
COVID
pandemic
hit,
happened, and then everybody was like, "Oh my god, I love TikTok! Oh my god, TikTok, this is great!" And I was like, "No, it's not. This app
that's
honestly sucks now because all you fucking honkies are on here. Get off! I want my dancing political weirdos. I don't want all you weird millennials posting. Oh my god, come with me as I take my dog for a walk in the pandemic. Pandemic edition. Get ready with me to go
hashtag
eat dinner with my
walks
mom. Pandemic edition, casserole party in my garage. Pandemic edition, going on vacation. Pandemic edition, traveling to Hawaii vlog. Why are we going to Hawaii? What's
during
going
a
on?
pandemic.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, honestly, sometimes I wish that we had started this during the pandemic just so we could talk about how fucking ridiculous people were during that
We'd have a lot
nonsense.
of viewers by then,
Like,
dude.
I
A
I
lot.
literally, I want. I love how none of the last 50 minutes, I think probably 15, have had to do with sports. I want to talk about what the fuck is happening with America right now. Why?
Where would you like to begin?
Okay. Many, 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 many places. But let's start here. Why is Kim Kardashian the underwear sponsor for the NBA?
Okay, Matthew, you said that because like 2 days ago, I don't know, I think I was on Instagram and I was scrolling and I noticed that too, and I got so deep into it. I was like in the bottom of TikTok. I don't know where I ended up and like where on Instagram I ended up, but I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And everybody's
I,
cool with it too. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I'll do it for Kim.
well, like,
Yeah,
that
I'll
was
do
my
it for
thing.
Kim."
I was like, why was everybody so on board? Everybody's just like, yeah, this sounds like a great. Since when does the NBA have a fucking underwear sponsor? So you're telling me
Ex-
all these little hooligans are running
we're
around on the
we're
NBA court with
Skims.
their skimmies on? They got their skimmies on.
They don't
Oh,
got
make sure
like
my internet looks good in my
like
skims.
Calvin Klein or something, like nothing. I
Yeah,
feel
like,
Calvin Klein would be more like
man.
normalized.
No offense, if you wear skims and you're a man.
What
man wears Skims?
Those men that got Skims for free to promote it.
Like, have you ever heard a man talk about Skims aside from like buying Skims for their girlfriend or their wife or like complaining about Skims? Like, I don't think I've ever heard a positive comment about Skims come out of a man's mouth aside from being like, "Wow, your ass looks real fat in that dress."
No,
Yeah,
literally.
water, shake that fat ass, girl. Yeah, you look fucking delicious. I want to fucking slurp your shit up. Like, it's either like the most fucking perverted, predatory comments, or they're like, fuck Kim Kardashian and her fucking whore ass. I fucking hate Kim K. Kim K fucked Kanye over. Fuck Kim K. Fuck her. Fuck her. She's a slut. Fuck Kim K. She's a slut. Slut bag. Slut. Slut. Kim K's a slut. Her family's sluts. Everybody's a slut. All the Kardashians are sluts.
And you know what's so funny and true? Because not many women talk positively about them either, though. Like, me personally, I would never. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to spend my money and give my money to Skims when I can go buy an off-brand on Amazon if I wanted to.
That's the same thing with like that with fucking Kylie's new brand, Kai or whatever.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I saw
somebody doing an unboxing of that, and I said, I thought we weren't buying this. I thought we had all agreed that we were done with the Kardashians.
They have millions of dollars, billions of dollars.
Apparently, I missed the memo that the Kardashians were still cool, because as far as I was concerned, we didn't like them anymore.
No.
But like, I don't know. And after watching their show, like, and see, this is the thing. You can't say that we're haters because we think that they're like fucking whatever. We watched the entire show. We've watched every episode of the entire show up until like the most recent The Kardashian season. So like you can't even say that it's like we don't know them. Oh, I know them. I know them very well.
Personally.
I know them too well. And I wish I knew less about them than I actually do, because I feel dumber for knowing as much about the Kardashians as I do. Because they are honestly like, okay, yes, business-wise, sure, I guess, like, good for you. You capitalized off of popping your pussy on the internet. Like, not many people can do that and, like, come back and, like, not be a porn star. Good for you, I suppose, Kimberly. Good for you.
Kimberly.
But you're just the shittiest human beings on the entire planet. Like, I literally cannot understand what people, like, see or gain out of watching them and engaging with their content. Like, I guess I'll give you
became mush last summer for watching so much.
Give you that, like, North is funny. North is hilarious.
She is. And Scott is so out of pocket, he made me chuckle. But the later seasons,
it's like he's so out of pocket that it's like, honestly, Scott, you need like serious help. Like, you need to like
therapy.
Yeah, it's like you need to like see a psychiatrist. Like, you like need to not, like, there's something seriously wrong with you. And like I get it. Like, his life was traumatic. Like, he has experienced a lot of things that a lot of people will not experience in their lives. But like, dude, you literally are a Kardashian's baby daddy. Like, you don't need to act the way that you're acting, or the way that you acted, I guess I should say, because maybe he's not as crazy now as he was before. But
I think Mason Disick looks just like
twin.
Scott.
He is Scott's twin.
It's like I mean, funny. It's kind of like North and Kanye, though.
No, it's North and Conway, and it's also Conway.
Conrad.
Conway West. Conway West, the greatest rapper of all time. But it's kind of like who is it? Oh, I saw this clip the other day, or maybe it was earlier today. Well, literally wasn't the other day, it was today. Of of Chris holding Tatum or whatever Chloe's new baby's name is.
One of them.
And she was like, "He looks just like Robert. He looks just like your dad. There's no denying the DNA there in that one." And I was like, "Okay, Chris, like,
oh, Kristen. I guess I haven't realized how long it's been because years just fly by. She's been with Corey for 10 years.
They've been together
for a decade.
For so long.
Long.
And like, you forget about it because it's like, when we were rewatching the show, I felt like it was all happening like in that moment.
Right.
But then like when you like think back, it's like, no, like Chris and Caitlyn haven't been together since like before Trump was elected. Like, Caitlyn literally was like on her like Trump shit post Chris divorce. Like, and that is so wild to me because it's like, for some reason, and maybe it was just because like I stopped giving a fuck about them when I like developed more than 2 brain cells
Yes.
as a teenager. For some reason, I thought they were together for a lot longer than that. Like, I felt like they were together until, like, we graduated from high school, like, 2018. But for some reason, like, I did not realize Corey existed so much earlier in their life.
No, same.
Because he was around during, like, he must have been around, or, like, pretty soon after, I guess. It wasn't, like Lamar. Like, it was within
Yeah.
a year and a half of
Shit,
Lamar.
Lamar
Isn't
was,
that
like,
crazy?
part of the
Oh,
OG
Lamar. I miss
squad.
him. I miss Lamar. He was the only one I liked.
He was a
And
goofball.
then he did a fucking crack, so unfortunate for him. But all right, thank you for joining us on our inaugural episode of the Sporty Gals podcast, hosted by Hannah Shennever and Jada Smith. We are so thankful to have had you join us for this last, however long this episode ends up being after I'm finished editing it.
6.5 years.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and we would love it if you follow us. Give us a follow on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're not on
Twitter.
Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube,
Not X,
and
Twitter.
we are also on Spotify, Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I think that's it. I don't think
so
we're on anything else. Oh,
no, I don't think so.
on our website, sportygals.com. We will catch you guys in probably like 2 weeks. Realistically, I'm not gonna lie to you and say we're gonna upload every week, because that's not gonna happen.
No.
So we will catch you guys on the flip side. The flip side being after Thanksgiving, because I don't even want to think about recording this podcast again before Thanksgiving. It was I hope you guys enjoyed. Give us your feedback, comments, suggestions, any topics you'd like to hear us talk about, any athletes you'd like to hear us talk about, any celebrities you'd like to hear us talk about. We have a wide range. We are not just limited to hockey, baseball, basketball, and football or soccer. We love everything. So if you want to talk about the Kardashians, hit us up. You want to talk about Dixie D'Amelio, hit us up. Actually, don't hit me up about Dixie. I don't give a fuck about her. If you want to talk about Trisha Paytas, if you want to talk about what else is happening on the internet right now, we are more than open and ready to talk. Thank you so much, and
we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Home slices, home doggy dogs, home chicky dickies, home skitty scap doop dap. Oh my god. All right, well, have a great Thanksgiving, and we will get back to you after the Lions win. And yeah, oh, also next episode, I'm segueing backwards here. Next episode, we will be talking about Jack Harlow performing at the Lions halftime show on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Because if you think I'm not talking about this little again on the field, if you haven't heard his new song, Vanilla, take a listen. I think you guys will really enjoy it.